Try to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can go on? While you see it your way, run the risk of knowing that our love may soon be gone.
Okay, I've been playing around with putting a candle down in front of the camera so there would be light that would get into the lens. And that way you could see me if you wanted to. It also, if I was to do this, you know, kind of the way I produced kind of thing, it would be me sitting in a coffee shop with you with my coffee. You know, I could put my coffee mug right there. That might work. You know, I'd be sitting there with my coffee, and that kind of hides me though. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of a candle. At a candlelit table in a coffee shop, and we would be talking while, you know, we sipped our coffee. That's my idea anyway. Just to sit in a coffee shop and talk. And there would be some kind of really neat music in the background. There'd be a stage back there and maybe a bar, espresso bar kind of thing, you know, and there'd be, the ones that I really loved were the ones that had bookshelves and had magazine racks with, you know, it wasn't to sell the magazines were there from all over the world to read while you were sitting around, and there were stacks of books next to the tables, and it was very neat, nifty. I put up for the afternoon showing in the coffee house a video by Manu Chao, which is the song that I told my daughter I thought was groovy, and she sent me an MP3 of it, but then I also did a search on YouTube and found the same song in the video, so that was cool. I stuck that up, and then Ropapor sent me a message with a nifty video that had been done to Jefferson Airplane's Go Ask Alice, set really to Disney's Alice in Wonderland, and I thought it was really well done, so I stuck that up there for the afternoon show as well. I was going to explain two things because they're important. Most my friends know this about me, but I thought I would explain. I love being proved wrong. I love it. I love to be able to say, oh wow, I was wrong, to somebody. I love that. Most people in the world hate it, and they will argue to the death, and they'll never just come out and say, I'm wrong. But I do. I like to say I'm wrong. Because the next time I get to be right. If you have proven me wrong, then I have the truth. Because you've proven me wrong. So next time I speak or say something on the same subject, I'm right. So that's the way I look at that. Another thing that needs to be explained is a little phrase I use. And it's a phrase called being a duck. Or it is a duck. Or it's a duck to me. I say that. Oh, well, that's just a duck, you know, to me. My brother, my whole family, in fact, we're a bunch of obsessive people. We get into subjects. We're all educated, but we're all self-educated as well. We get into our own obsessions with something that we need to know everything there is to know about it, and we will get obsessed with that subject for a while, learning about it. To the point, most of the time, that that's the only thing that we think about or talk about or read about or investigate. And my brother Mitchell did that with ducks. Mitchell took ducks to the molecular level. I mean, for 2 years, that was all he talked about. You would be in a conversation with my brother, and it would be going fine, and, you know, you'd be talking about fabric at the fabric store, and within 5 minutes into the conversation, we would be talking about ducks. How did we get on ducks? Oh, Mitchell's in the conversation. So, we were at a dinner party, and Mitchell was in the kitchen with a group of us, and we're just, kind of talking, and Mitchell's in the group that's in the kitchen, standing there, with drinks in hand, and all of a sudden we're sitting there dumbfounded. God damn, if we aren't talking about ducks again. And his wife, his beautiful, wonderful wife, walks in with a tray of, to get a tray of hors d'oeuvres or whatever from the kitchen, and she hears Mitchell talking about ducks again. And she just kind of drops the tray and looks at him and says, "Mitchell, they are just fucking ducks." And he realizes in that moment that his poor wife, who has had to endure him 2 years 24/7, that's all she's had for 2 years is ducks for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We only had to deal with it, on the occasion that we saw Mitchell. But she was, oh my God, I can't even imagine the torture of this woman for 2 years. So that became like a catchphrase in our family when we would do that, because all of us do that. We'll be obsessed with something. Right now I'm obsessed with YouTube. I'm not that obsessed. I'm, addicted like anybody else, but not as bad as some of the other things I've been obsessed with. I was totally obsessed with the Civil War for 7 years. I would not talk about anything and everything related to the Civil War in some way, and I would, you would be stuck talking to me about it. So anyway, so if I say, "Oh, that was one of my ducks," that's what I mean by that. So I thought I would explain that. And I think that's all, really. I'm enjoying myself. Today is a good day. I think I will post a story tonight on my book. It'll be one that's already been written, because I'm not to that point where I gotta be all shattered and Maybe I'll have a martini that night. I haven't had a martini in about 2 years. I think. Have to ask Nick. When was the last time I was drunk, Nick? Anyway, that's the afternoon little mini blog. Bye.